Sri Ramayana stories. Sundarakanda. Anjaneya reaching Lanka Island. In Kishkinda, Prince Angada, Jambavanta, Anjaneya, and other Vanara soldiers start the journey to find Sri Rama's missing wife Sita in south direction. They don't find any information about her, even after searching for 30 days. Feared by the king Sugriva's order, they decide to end their life at the seashore of Indian Ocean instead of returning with empty hands. At the same time, they meet a huge bird with no wings named Sampati in the same seashore. In their conversations with Sampati, they come to know that Demon King Ravana has taken Sita to his kingdom Lanka and they should travel a distance of 100 yojanas on the ocean to reach that place. After knowing Sita's information, they decide to meet her in person to convey Sri Rama's message. With new energy, they reach seashore, thinking they can reach the Lanka island easily. But their excitement disappeared at the seashore after seeing huge ocean with no ends. As no one shows confidence to travel, the experienced Jambavanta motivates Anjaneya to take up this task as he is strong, powerful, and gifted by the gods in his childhood. After knowing his childhood, Anjaneya recollects his strengths and promises that he alone will travel to Lanka Island. As a preparation for his travel, he increases his body size like a giant and chooses nearby Mahendragiri hills as a suitable place for his takeoff, as no other hills are stronger enough to hold his increased body weight. After reaching top of the hills, he decides to take Charana's route in the sky for his travel. Before starting his journey, he greets his teacher, God's son, his father, God Vayu, the creator, Lord Brahma, and the Panchabhutas to get their blessings. He also prays Lord Indra, turning to east direction, as he plans to start his travel from east instead of starting directly in the south, as he knows that south direction is ruled by Lord Yama and will not fetch good results. After completing his prayers, he takes a leap into sky like a spacecraft, applying huge force on the Mahendragiri hills. The jump creates a huge disturbance in the hills. All the wild animals, sages who has been doing penance for years, and Vindyadharas who has come for outing, run across to protect themselves from the sudden movement of the stagnant hills. Unable to stand by his huge force, small trees, branches, leaves, and other rocks start to fall on the ocean after following him for some distance in the air. All gods who are watching this incident from the heaven appreciates Anjaneya's courage for flying on top of the sea without any support and fear. In the sky, Anjaneya is flying like a jet engine, making huge sound with his traveling speed. After traveling for some distance, he notices a mountain slowly coming up from the ocean as a blocker to his traveling path. At first, he thinks that it is a demon and strikes him with his shoulder after reducing his speed. As he watches, a human form comes out from that mountain and starts to speak with him. Greetings, Vaiputra. My name is Mainaka and I am son of King Himavanta. I blocked your path thinking I can provide hospitality to you on top of my hills as you seem to be tired in your journey. I am ordered by the god Samudra to do this because he wants to repay the help that he got from the Sri Rama's ancestors to Sri Rama. In addition to this, I was helped by your father, God Vayu, to hide in this ocean when Lord Indra tried to cut my wings with his weapon. So I want to repay your father help to you. After hearing this from Mainaka, Anjaneya feels happy for his offer and thankfulness, but he softly declines his offer, stating he does not want to have breaks in his travel and asks him to consider that he has taken his offerings. With no further delays, he resumes his travel from that place. Lord Indra, who is watching this incident from the heaven, informs Mainaka that he is free from that moment and he will never cut his wings again in the future. He further adds that he is giving this offer because he is pleased by his helping attitude towards Anjaneya, who is in turn working for Sri Rama. After hearing this from Lord Indra, Mainaka leaves that place happily, praising greatness of Sri Rama. Meanwhile, gods who are watching Anjaneya's travel from the beginning decide to test his intelligence, which is a must and should quality for anyone who wishes to go Ravana's place. They select Nagamata Surasa for this test and ask her to create an obstacle in Anjaneya's path. Surasa, mother of snakes and the daughter of Dasha, has the powers to change her appearances. As per the orders, she blocks Anjaneya's path, turning into big demon-shaped woman, and orders him to go inside her mouth after opening her mouth widely. By seeing her, he politely seeks her permission to leave that place, saying he will fulfill her wish once he completes Sri Rama's work. But she refuses his proposal, stating he cannot leave that place without completing her wish. She further adds that she is gifted by Lord Brahma to swallow anyone whom she encounters. Hearing this, he recognizes her as goddess and decides not to hurt her. After thinking for a while, he chooses a plan to fulfill her wish and asks her to open her mouth. As per the plan, he gradually increases his body size. By seeing this, Surasatu increases her mouth in proportion to his body size. After doing this for a while, he suddenly decreases his body size to a size of thumb, goes inside her mouth and comes out quickly with his small body before she realizes the whole incident. Now Anjaneya, who is back to his original size, informs her that he has fulfilled her wish by going inside her mouth and asks her permission again to leave that place. Pleased by Anjaneya's intelligence, she reveals her original goddess form and wishes him success in his journey after comparing him with great Garutmanta. By seeing her original form, he greets her with great respect and then resumes his travel without any delay. On traveling further, he suddenly stops by unknown force in the air. After searching his surroundings, he notices a big demon-shaped woman in the water. He realizes that she is dragging him down by catching his shadow. Unable to advance from that place, he slowly moves close to the water. After seeing her closely, he recollects Sugriva's words that she is demon Simhika, who has been staying in that place for many years, killing many thousands of species. By catching the shadows, the skill that she got as boon from Lord Brahma after many years of her penance. He also knows that she cannot killed by any regular weapons and she will die only when a Vanara cuts her intestine using his nails. By birth a Vanara, Anjaneya decides to end her life as she is a demon and has killed many thousands of species who tried to fly on top of her. He uses same trick which he used against goddess Surasa and starts to increase his body size. By seeing this, Simhika too expands her mouth in a proportion to his body size. After noticing her killing spot inside her stomach, he suddenly reduces his body size to a size of thumb and cuts her intestine with his sharp nails going inside her stomach. Soon after he cuts her intestine, Simhika dies on the spot. Now Anjaneya, who is still inside her body, tears her stomach with his nails and comes out safely and resumes his travel again. The gods who are watching his travel from the beginning praises his braveness once again, as no one ever showed dare to kill Simhika until that day. With no further obstacles, Anjaneya lands safely on Trikuta hills in Lanka island. At the same time, sun started to set slowly in the west side.